Hello. If you have a child who's been labeled as having a developmental delay, you're probably a frustrated parent. Because generally this term developmental delay is not specific. That is, people generally don't identify what actually has happened with your child, what's wrong with your child. They're just saying your child's delayed, kind of too bad. And they also unfortunately use that sadly as a prognosis for your child. You would think delayed indicates, okay, we can speed that up, and we certainly can speed that up. But unfortunately, typically, that's not the perception. And unfortunately, typically, that's not the outcome. Generally, with kids who are labeled as having a developmental delay, what is done is simply slowing down the expectations, lowering the expectations, slowing down curriculum, providing the child with some minimal help. Often that minimal help is defined as appropriate help. And they even try to tell you, you're fortunate it's really good help. But, for example, your child getting a half-hour speech therapy a couple times a week, or physical therapy once or twice a week, and some occupational therapy really isn't an opportunity. And generally, those therapies are not really targeted, right? And they're not targeted because they're not identifying actually what neurodevelopmentally is wrong, what hasn't developed as it should have neurodevelopmentally, and actually addressing those issues. Okay, to produce the outcomes we want, and I would think you share what my goals are for kids with these labels, and that is for them to function normally, to function well. And to achieve that kind of outcome, we need to really be targeted. Neuroplasticity, and I'm sure you've heard me talk about neuroplasticity, means we have to find out where the problem is, and then we have to provide the child with very specific, targeted intervention delivered with sufficient frequency, intensity, and duration to change it. We've been working with these issues for decades, tens of thousands of kids. We have thousands of tools in our toolbox, are constantly creating new ones because we're being specific. And we pick what we're going to do based on the child's specific needs. Now, the first thing we do when we assess a child is identify, if you will, what's broken. What developmentally didn't happen as it should happen, and anything that's interfering with that development. And then we create a program around that, specific program designed to address those problems, those needs. We work with parents. We do perceive you, parent, as the world's greatest expert on your child. And we deal with whole children, all right, which means we need you to help us understand your child and to provide for your child's needs. When we work with your kids, we're talking about their health, we're talking about their diet, we're talking about their nutrition, we're talking about their sleep, how they, walk, talk, think, all of their function, the whole package, how they behave, how they interact with you, how they interact with other people, the whole child. And it's imperative that working with the parents, working together, we develop a plan to address your whole child. We expect good outcomes. And if you will, I'm impatient and I teach my staff to be impatient. We want to see change. We want to do well. And we will constantly modify and tweak what we do to achieve that goal. A program that we designed for your child is going to cover all the bases: physical issues, self-help issues, speech, language, reading, math, academics, behavior, the whole ball of wax. We design the program, then we provide ongoing support. NACD is as close as a telephone or an email or Skype. All right? We're there. We provide you with a coach. We have a portal where we encourage you to upload videos so we can see how you're implementing program activities. If your child's doing something you don't understand, you shoot a video, send it to us, and we get back to you and modify what we're doing, train you further, advise you so that we can achieve your vision, our vision, and the goals you have for your child. And we hope that as we proceed, we can raise your expectations, all right? Help you see that there is more potential than you might have thought, and certainly more than most of the experts probably told you there was. So I encourage you to look at the list of videos and articles below. Watch the videos, read as many articles as you can, and see if we're fit. If what we do makes sense, if you think we can help you, we're here, we're happy to help. We love seeing kids change. That's what we do. It's why we do this every day. Okay? Well, good luck. Call us if you need us.